Hi gorgeous! Happy Frugal Fridays to you. Today's video is another half-face high-end, half-face drugstore. And in this video, I'll be showing you what the drugstore dupes look like in comparison to their high-end counterparts. And I'll also come back at the end of 8 hours and let you know, are they truly dupes or not? If you happen to miss any of the videos I've done like this in the past, I will have those linked for you below as well. As with all of my half and half tutorials, I'm not going to tell you which side is the drugstore and which side is the high-end. I'm going to keep you guessing through the video until the very end. For the eyeshadow palettes in today's look, I'm using the Coastal Scents Revealed 1 palette, which is a dupe for the good old Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. There are also dupes in the Coastal Scents Revealed palette for Naked 1. And if you'd like a breakdown of all of the dupes that you can find in this palette, I will have a picture posted on my Facebook page. Now, because the Coastal Scents palette does not have any names on their eyeshadows, when I refer to the eyeshadow I'm using, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked 2 names, but that doesn't mean that I'm applying that eyeshadow at that moment. First eyeshadow I'm taking from the palette is Verve, and I'm applying this onto the inner, let's say inner third of the lid. Maybe I'll bring it into the inner half for now. And the other side. It's such a beautiful color. And applying Pistol onto the middle of the lid. You don't need to keep it on the middle. I mean, you can extend it out further if you want to. Well, what do you think? Have you been able to guess so far? Probably not. It's still a little too early. I wouldn't be able to tell up to this point. Before I finish out the outer corner of the eye, I'm applying my crease color. I'm using YDK, which is quite shimmery, but if you use a small amount, it helps to tone it down a little bit. Once I get both of these sides applied too, I'm gonna go back with a matte blending shade and blend over the crease a little bit. And that'll also help to make this look a little more wearable, because right now it's like, ooh, Shine City. And I'm not going to include the blending shade with a high-end and a low-end product. I'm gonna use the same one for both sides. This is the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee, which is a dupe for Max Blanc Type. If you recreate this look with either palette and you don't like all the shimmer that's going on in the crease there, you can also use Tease, which is a matte purple shade. It always looks gray on me, so I really don't care for that one. I'm going in with Blackout and adding that into the outer corner of the eye. And then taking a fluffy brush and running that in circles around where I applied that black eyeshadow, and this is going to help blend it into the look. You really just need the smallest amount in application and a fluffy blank brush. I've been reading that the e.l.f. Waterproof Eyeliner Pen is comparable to the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. I really love the Kat Von D liner. I'm a little skeptical about this comparison, but we'll find out. Okay, I can eat my words. I couldn't show you what they look like in application because that would give it away at this point, but I will show you what they look like in a side-by-side swatch. Very comparable. Much more than I thought they would be. That's the e.l.f. one. Oh, well. And this is the Kat Von D one. Now look at that. Pretty comparable. I'm really interested to see how they'll wear though. That's the true test. I don't have anything for my brows today for comparison's sake or lashes, so I'll go ahead and do those and come back and show you some face dupes. For my foundation today, I'm using the e.l.f. What is this? Flawless Finish foundation. I did want to do a comparison between this and the Giorgio Armani foundation because they're supposed to be a dupe of one another. Pale girl problems. There is no Giorgio Armani that matches me. So I thought that it'd be nice anyway just to include this in a wear test, since that's what we're doing with the rest of the stuff on the face. This is in the shade Porcelain, by the way, and this looks a lot better than the last one I tried. It has a nice smell to it too, which I didn't expect. It's fresh smelling, almost like a skincare product would smell. Very perfumey though. So if you don't like perfume smells, you may not care for that aspect of this foundation. I'd say it has medium coverage, blends in nicely. Liking it so far. For my concealer today, I'm comparing the Maybelline Fit Me against the Nars Creamy Radiant, and we'll see how they compare. So far, pretty similar. They have a semi-thick consistency to both of them. Now, if you've watched my videos in the past, then you already know how I feel about the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, which I really love it. It lasts a long time, and it's been my go-to for a while now from the drugstore. I have not ever tried the Nars concealer, even though it's gotten a lot of rave reviews, I'm sure. I've heard a lot of you saying that it's one of the top concealers that's on YouTube, especially right now. So far though, it's really hard to tell the difference underneath the eyes, and the coverage with both products is excellent, very comparable. For the cheeks, I'm gonna warm up the face a little bit since the eyes are so cool. I'm using the Tarte Blissful Amazonian Clay Blush. Its dupe can be found in the, what is this? The Sedona Lace 26 Pan Blush Palette. So we'll just do a very light dusting because this is such a pigmented color. My goodness, this is why I'm applying it before the powder, by the way, so I can sheer it out a little bit. Color, anyone? Color? Kill them with color. I'm just gonna spot set everything here and of course blend this blush in. Goodness gracious. Another dupe for you. This is the Benefit Highbeam, and I'm comparing it with the NYX Liquid Illuminator in Sunbeam. You can use this as a highlighter, or you can mix it in with your foundation for a luminous glow. It's up to you and whatever you want to do. Smallest amount with both of these products goes a long way. You really, really don't need much. And for my lips, I'm using MAC's Snob, which is that one right there, and its dupe can be found in Revlon's Pink Pout. So what do you think? Have you been able to tell which side is high-end and which side is drugstore? If you guessed that this side is high-end and this side is drugstore, then you would be right. All right, I'll be back in 8 hours to show you how each side has worn throughout the day, and we will find out if the drugstore side really is comparable to the high-end side or not. Let's start with the eyeshadow. It looks really, really great. No creasing on either side, no fading between each of the palettes, Naked 2 and the Coastal Scents Revealed palette. Really happy in that aspect. If you look at the eyeliner, we use the e.l.f. one on this eye and the Kat Von D one on this eye. Look right there on the inner corner. It's smudged. And that is supposed to be a waterproof eyeliner. Didn't hold up. Kat Von D didn't smudge at all, so that was a major. Concealer-wise, I feel like the Maybelline side held up a little bit better than the Nars side. And if you look closely here, you'll see what I mean. Miko, what are you doing, dude? And if you look really closely underneath my eye over here on the Nars side, you can start to see that it's wearing away and getting rather splotchy underneath my eye right there. Whereas on the Maybelline side, it's still nicely intact and hasn't moved. So in this instance, Maybelline Fit Me is better than the Nars Radiant Creamy. Now for the blush, I applied the one from Sedona Lace on this side and Tarte on this side. I may have blended them out too much, but the Sedona Lace side is still visible, whereas the Tarte one has really faded away. For the highlighter, NYX on this side, Benefit on this side, and the Benefit side does look a lot better after 8 hours than the NYX side does. It's a lot more splotchy looking, uneven over here, whereas this side still looks very natural and my makeup didn't cake up like it did over here. For the foundation that I was wearing today, no high-end dupe there. This is just the e.l.f. Flawless Foundation by itself, and it did not hold up that well at all. I mean, look at me. I am shining for the moon. I don't really care for it. It broke down to looking like this about 4 hours in, and I have other drugstore foundations that will go much longer. So I was not too happy to see all that glow. And finally, lips, Revlon and MAC. Really happy to see that the lips even survived, especially the drugstore side. I've eaten twice today. I've had a lot of water, although I do drink through a straw normally, so that tends to help it last a little longer, but hey, That looks pretty darn good for 8 hours. Let me know what you think about the products used in today's video, whether you've tried them out or just based off of how they performed. Will you be purchasing any of these? Let me know below. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe for more in the future, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Have a great weekend.